Because I heard you say, get someone to poke you in the eye.
Why do you want to poke me in the eye?
Because you said I could poke you in the eye.
Yeah.
Stop filming me!
Okay, if you're watching this video, it's because, like me, you want to go racing. Who wouldn't, right? Well, you'd be surprised. So the first and most important step that I would recommend is going and getting on a track day. You may find that the idea of racing and blasting around a track is a bit different to what it actually is. So to make sure, go get on a track day. You don't want to go and sink a lot of money into going through all of this procedure, buying bikes and getting the setup to figure out in your first race, actually, I'm not a fan of this. I like riding a bit quick on the roads. Now, if you love it, you go around, do a few laps like I did at the Jerburg Ring earlier on in 2018, videos down below. You'll get a big bite from the track day bug, come back with a massive smile and decide, yes, this is definitely what I want to do. So, go find out who your local club is and get the contacts on there for setting up an ACU training course. Now, it may be a bit different in the UK, whether there's certain places that you can do it at. On the Isle of Man, we've only got the one, so that was that. I sent a few emails away and ended up getting a phone number back for Gary Radcliffe. So one evening, I rang Gary up and was on the phone to him for quite some time. Really lovely fella. And he spoke through sort of everything that goes along and just the usual biker chit chat. That's how we are, we're a good community. Now, he told me that I needed to be booked on first to do the classroom side of the ACU training. And I gave him my postal address and he sent over a letter to confirm that I'd been booked onto the course and an ACU set of training notes. Now in here is pretty much everything you're going to go through on the course. So it's, well, what is that? There's a fair bit to it, from the procedure of who you need to contact if you want to go and race at different places to get your entry in. There'll be the specifications for, you know, bikes and what you need to do to that for the minimum, track conduct, little details. No, did you know you needed a fire extinguisher in your van in the paddock? No? Well, it's all in here to make sure that you don't miss out on everything. You go through, read it all, get set up and print out an ACU license form. You might have these at the training course. We didn't, so printed them out on here. There's some very simple details, what you expect in a form, read through it and just go and fill it out. Now the section you want to do if you're going road racing is, of course, on, well for me, it's intermediate novice rider because I have a full bike license on the road. It would be novice rider if you didn't. That gives you all the fees on there. The first one, as a novice, you get your free vest, so you don't have to pay for that in as well. And just keep filling it out. Once you get to section 4, the eyesight report, you'll see that you can't do that on your own. So book yourself onto an optician's test, take your form down and have someone poke at your eyes. Now they'll be testing for colour vision, sharpness, peripherals and sort of things like that. But don't worry if you've got glasses, they can still have a poke at your eyes. As long as corrected or otherwise you have the vision that meets the standard, which is 6 out of 6, then you'll be okay to race. So get that sorted, they'll give it a stamp, and then you go and get onto the part 1 of the course. Now the part 1 classroom side of the course is effectively everything that's in those training notes on there. It's just a bit longer, stretched out, and for me it was at the TT grandstand in the conference room and was a very friendly and sort of relaxed atmosphere. Very chatty. They encourage you to ask questions so that you properly understand it. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got a bunch of bikers in a room. It's going to be chatty. Very friendly fellas, Dave and Gary, just sort of going through everything that was on there. Whether that's from who you need to contact to get your entries in, exactly what will happen on the day, you know, because you need to have your setup, go and get your bike and your gear looked at, what the requirements are for your safety gear, as well as on the bikes. And then once you go into holding area, run around the site and warm-up laps, form up on a grid, what happens when there's flags, how you need to react on the bike, how you need to do it safely. It's all sort of covered in there, fairly straightforward, but you need to know it so that you can operate safely on a race or practice day. Now once that's done, they'll give you another stamp to say, yeah, bingo, here we go. And then you've got to wait for part 2, the practical side. Now, whilst you're doing that, you obviously need to get your bike ready. If you're already set up and going for track bike, if you're following my build, the links will be down below, then I'm sort of preparing that ready for the race school side. If not, you're okay to do it on your road bike, as long as you secure the kickstand up, tape up your lights and stuff, remove the mirrors, and they will let you do that on a road bike. Now, part two, the classroom side, no, part two, the practical side even, has to happen on a race meeting. Now, what explained to me will effectively happen is they will check you can ride the bike. Of course, you may not have a license, you may not have ridden a bike before, you might be under 12. So you need to sort of show that you can safely ride a bike. Then they'll progress it up again and sort of see, okay, can you follow lines and react to flags or whatever as you should, so you can not only operate the machine but also do it in the correct manner and sort of go through on there. Then they'll go to pretty much a run through of a race day bar the race, which is why you need a race day going on, so that you can have the numbers, where you'll go up for checking everything through on the bike and the gear, and then holding area, warm up, sighting laps, make sure that you can follow the flags and form up on a grid, and then go for grid start, run round, and then signal, make sure you're not cutting off the line, and safely get off track. Now, I haven't done that yet because I have to wait for the season to start, which for today is, not today, for this year is Easter Sunday, which is late this year. So on April the 21st, I'll be doing the practical side of that. I'll have as many cameras on as I can. So you're going to have to wait for that to come. When part two is up, you'll see it on the channel. So I hope you found this helpful. If you've got any questions, please drop them down in the comments below. I'll reply as fast as I can and to the best that I can. And for now, it's just a case of prepping the bike and waiting for Easter to come round. Let's go racing.